I am running an account with 80% win ratio right now. Sounds insane, but I have an explanation in terms of how I do it. Sounds quite easy. It's power of 3 concept. Welcome to Daily Pips Trading Channel, where I'm Ignas, sharing my professional trading journey, sharing my concepts in terms of how I watch the markets, what I look at, and this time I want to dive in deeper into that power of 3 concept, where we constantly watch for the market to accumulate, manipulate, and then distribute. The distribution itself is this stage where we're able to find those 80% win ratio trades. So if you're already enjoying this, leave a like to the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive in.
So last week was very interesting because we delivered the price to both sides of the market, and we could have found the power of 3 reasoning behind what happened last week on both sides of the market. Watch this. Market opens up. The market consolidates right here. The market not only consolidates, what does it do during it? Right before the kill zones. Pushes the market towards sell stops. Finds support at this one. So what we can say about this? Say that this accumulation that was wicking below here was manipulation. Then we go into distributions. Top, the high of the week on Thursday. When we started running our away with the low of the week on Monday, Thursday, 80% of the week, 80% of the time in a weekly range is gonna be high. This is something for your notes. You should be having a notebook next to you. I sound like ICT now. There's like, stop the video, take your notes out, do some work, do some fucking work. When the market manipulates during first part of the day on Monday, statistically 80% of the chance usually the market will find a top on Thursday. This move right here, this ain't random, this is predictable. We have what? We have 8 weekly profiles in total. One of the profile says, well, on Monday, else I taken. Gonna commit to putting a high of the week on Thursday. You buy the dip on Monday, you sell the high on Thursday. And be 80% win ratio. Trader right. 80% win ratio. Not kidding you. Power of 3. Well, the market opens up, accumulates, the market manipulates, making this low. The market distributes. And then the market closes. Back into the range, doesn't it? Weekly candle. Why I know this SMT? This push away from this hourly fair value gap right here is not random neither. It's continuously pushing higher because there is an SMT driving the market towards the top here. ES continuously created lower lows, and Q creating higher lows shows that it's much stronger. Thus, what did we do during a FOMC on Wednesday? We looked for a buy. Put it to your notes. This repeats every single month. So the market goes to 3. The market moves because of a few things. The market moves like a painter is doing its job. Painter paints and paints and paints. Sometimes when the painter paints, it sometimes slips and it creates a gap. Paints, it slips down to pick up a little bit of paint and it slips down. It paints and it slips up. What happens here? Fair value gap. What happens here? Fair value gap. What happens here? Fair value gap. That's what we call it. Because we need a vocabulary. Same time, it's not what is a fair value gap itself, it's an inefficiency. The one thing that market works towards is liquidity, correct? Because it creates liquidity. Right here. What does it mean, creates liquidity? It means that everybody who went long puts their stop losses right below it. it creates liquidity. It has a lot of orders because the market, to move efficiently, it has to fill orders. So if you're getting filled here with a stop loss, somebody has to sell it towards you. Right? So everybody who bought into this move with their sell stops here, yes, sell, right? So where does the market move towards to? It moves towards filling an inefficiency in terms of fair value gap. It moves towards liquidity as well. Wow. That's why I always talk about two things when we look for targets. We look for a target in terms of liquidity, but then we look for a target in terms of how, when the market goes lower, how low can a market go? Usually is a very good question to be answered. It really moves as low as there's a fair value gap right below that downside liquidity pool, right? Pretty cool concept as well. So, market moves towards liquidity, market moves in terms of buy stops, sell stops, resting above and below the market. It moves towards inefficiencies because the painter has to do a job. If the painter slipped to pick up the paint on the ground, it has to repaint this. So this fair value gap has to get filled. He has to repaint it. But moves towards fair value gaps as well. Want to see the market retracing. And we see that there is a volume imbalance, which was a new day opening gap. 1 minute chart as well, right here. And we look for a possible short opportunity when we come to Thursday. And we book that high of the week. How do we know this is a high of the week? Because we have a break of structure. This low being broken with a fair value gap right here is a break of structure. Where does our eyesight go when we see a break of structure happening? It goes towards the next swing low or lows. Isn't this an entry? This is an entry for SMT plus inversion. This is an entry for YouTube 2022 after break of structure happens here. This is a break or block entry as well, right? There was like 3 possible entries for this short. This was the trade of the week, because then you go into a power of 3 off daily candle. Weekly candle closed with opening, manipulation, distribution back into. That's how the weekly candle looked like. This is a power of 3 for the daily candle, which was amazing, which was incredibly precise. What do we have? We have the market opening up, consolidating, right? Pushing to the upside, manipulating, booking a high of the week. Bam, distribution. Oh, distribution. Where does it close? Closes a little bit back into the range. How did Thursday look like? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, close. Every day, every week, it never stops. Just start believing in that. It will make your life beautiful.
I very much hope you find this insightful. Power of 3 is a very strong concept that you can put to work and that you can analyze constantly, whether it's on a higher time frame or a lower time frame. It's the choice of yours to be made. Very much hope you enjoyed me talking about the concept itself. So if you did, leave a like to the video, subscribe to the channel. I very much try to do this constantly, and if you did find this insightful, let me know in the comments down below. I'm gonna see you next time. Bye!